not okay. This needs to stop now.
Guys, today we're going to talk about Lagrangian and Eulerian specification of the flow field. In classical field theory, Lagrangian specification of the field is a way of looking at fluid motion where the observer follows an individual fluid parcel as it moves through space and time. Plotting the position of an individual parcel through time gives the path line of the parcel. This can be visualized as sitting in a boat and drifting down a river. The Eulerian specification of the flow field is a way of looking at fluid motion that focuses on specific locations in the space through which the fluid flows as time passes. This can be visualized by sitting on the bank of a river and watching the water pass the frame of reference, and in any coordinate system used within the chosen frame of reference.
Nous qui permettait d'optimiser les campagnes marketing. Donc on est parti sur un projet de collecte de l'ensemble des données qui sont résultantes des points de contact entre un annonceur et les internautes. Alors depuis 5 ans on travaille pour le groupe SNCF, donc on collecte l'ensemble des points de contact entre les sites, notamment VSC et les déclinaisons internationales et les internautes pour comprendre quel est le parcours de l'internaute, les points de contact marketing, les régies dont l'espace va être vu, les mots-clés sur lesquels il va cliquer et qui vont ensuite l'amener à acheter.
Alright, there we go. So here's the velocity field with the wall. Theoretically, these ones over here on the right should move further down quicker than the ones on the left here. Here's a side view to see that the ones right here are still against the wall. There's no marshmallows here, they're actually further down the river towards the middle.
Okay, now I'm gonna tell you guys about the problem when we use Lagrangian method. Because Lagrangian method, we only consider one particle of water moving where we follow the particle throughout the process. But the problem here is, imagine how small is the particle of water. We take for example Avogadro's number, which is 6.83 times 10 power of 23. This is such a large amount of water that we need to consider. So it is basically impossible to follow these particles around, which is so small. So we result in putting the dye in the water. When we put dye in the water, we are considering a swarm of particles moving at the same time. So rather than using this method, there is another method, which is the Eulerian, which is more practical to be used. But another problem occurs. The Newtonian formula is basically focusing on a single particle, whereas the Eulerian, we put a border around an area and we follow the particles passing through the area. But if we use Newtonian laws states that it is mainly for particles, for a single particle only. So as a conclusion, it is easier to use Eulerian law to find the data, but it's harder to process the data as it is contradicting towards the Newtonian law, which states that which is mainly focusing on a single particle, whereas for Lagrangian method it's harder for us to follow the fluid flow throughout a space or throughout a certain point. But it is easier for us to calculate the data because it is basically following the rules of Newtonian. So that is all from me. Thank you.
Let us relate Eulerian and Lagrangian as having a crush on someone. You become close friends with her. You take mental notes of her stories of her likes and dislikes, hoping that by doing so, you might have a shot at winning her heart. You always go with her and actually you secretly follow her around. This is called the Lagrangian moves. But you are shy to ask her out. You only see her in the office, the only space where you are able to observe her and get to know her. During your 8-hour stay in the office you were able to see how she interacts with her co-workers, what she eats for lunch, how she speaks, how often she refills her cup of coffee. And after a long day of observing her you still haven't mustered the courage to ask her out. So you will go to work again tomorrow. Wait for her to arrive and do the same routine all over again. Good luck using the Eulerian moves.
Yes, it's time to stop. No, this is not okay. It's time to stop. It's time to stop. I'm sorry, Mom.